So welcome back to Dot Math. And today we're going to level up. So we're going to jump into Dot Math, which 1 through 9. So again, we're going to start with the simple basics and we're going to go 1 through 9. So over on the left here, I'm going to have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And way on the bottom, we're going to put 9. Now, just to review, 1 always has a dot on top. There's 1 dot. 2, you take the beginnings of the line. You get 2 dots. 3, you've got 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. And 4, you're going to add the corner. Because remember, 4 is always a square because there's 4 sides in a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's kind of a review. If you don't really understand that, go back to Dot Math Basic Edition 1 through 4. But today we're going to learn about number 5. So let's put a 5 up here, really big 5 so you can see it. And let's figure out where we want to put dots. Typically, I always put a dot at the beginning of the line and the end of the line. And then I got a corner here, so I might as well add a dot there. I got another corner here, add a dot there, but that's only 4. So what I do with circles, I sometimes add a dot in the middle of the circle because we kind of need it. So here's 1, here's 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's go add these dots over here. And I hope you're writing this on a piece of paper or a whiteboard at the same time we're doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get 5 dots, and you just need to remember when you're adding 5 to a number, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're taking 2 plus 5, and you want to add 5 to 2, which typically you would just add the bigger number 5 and then add 2 to it. So you'd go 5, 6, 7. But what if you had a number like 6 plus 5? Then what you would do is you would start with the bigger number 6 and go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the answer would be 11. Okay. So at this point, let's go and erase this. And what I really should do is stop at this point, but I think you guys are kind of getting this. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do 6. So here's 6. Now, typically what I do with 6 is something a little bit different. What we do is we come in here with 6, and let's grab a green pen here. And we basically do 1 dot, another dot where the lines come together, and another dot on the other side of the curve, because we always do that. And if you count that, that's only 3, and you're going to say, wait a minute, that's only 3. Well, with the bigger numbers, we have to start counting twice. Okay? So we're going to count this one 2 times. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And draw a picture of that. Because if we have to do multiplication question and we want to take 7 plus 6 equals something. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the 7. It's the bigger number. And then we're going to put 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What's the answer? 13. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So remember, even though it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it just means that you got to count each of those twice. So now let's go ahead and remove this. That's the 6. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and add those little dots. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3. But we're going to put a 2 because you're going to do it 2 times. Okay. Now, 7's kind of a little different. Let's do that a different color here. So let's take that with white and let's put a big 7. Now, 7's a little different because you don't have a lot of corners, but we've got 3. 1, 1 corner, a line, and the end. And then with a 7, I always put a dot in the middle. Put a dot in the middle. Now, in some European countries, a 7 actually has a line through it. So if you go to France, go to Germany, go to Italy, 7s are written with a line through it. So I always pretend that we just put a dot at the beginning of the line. But you've got to count all the dots except the one in the middle twice. So again, it's a big number. So this is 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4. This is 5 and 6. And this one's 7. You only count the middle one once. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a math problem. So let's take 8 plus 7, see what it equals. Well, we start with the bigger number. So that's going to be your 8. Okay, and let's put the dots in. 1, 2, 3, and 1 dot in the middle. Right there. So we're going to count each of these dots twice and the one in the middle once. So we're going to start with 8 and go 9. Oops, we're going to count it twice. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then add the 15 here. And that's our answer, 15. So if you review that, you could see that 8 plus 7, you're going to start 8, and you're going to count each dot twice. So you're going to come in here and do this one. So you're going to start 8 and go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. That's our answer, 15. So this is number 7. And at this point, we can go ahead and add our dots. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 in the middle. Sometimes I make the one in the middle a little smaller. And now we're going to go ahead and let's get rid of this. Hopefully you have a piece of paper in front of you and you're doing this along with me. So 8's a lot of fun. It's a little simpler. And the number 8, if you look at it, has got 2 circles. Mr. Snowman. Okay. And with 8, I always imagine it's like a domino. Here's a domino, and you have 8 little squares. Same thing here. You're going to add 2 on each side of the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're doing a math problem and we take, let's say, 8 plus 8 equals something. Come in here and say which one's bigger. Well, they're both the same, so choose the first one. And we're going to add the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to count up from 8. So here's 8. And we're going to say 9, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The last one is always the answer. So 8 plus 8 is going to be 16. Okay, so let's go ahead. And I think we know this pretty well, that we can jump all the way to 9. And let's figure out what 9 is going to look like. Let me erase all this fun stuff. Probably easier ways to erase it, but let's go ahead and put the dots in the 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's put a large 9 here. There's a 9. Now, with a 9, all you're going to do is, because it's big, we're going to do it 2 times. And remember, 7 is 2 times. 8's only 1, so you don't really need to do it. But let's take the circle and add 4 dots. Now, after you work on this a while, you'll be able to figure it out, and always put a dot at the end. Okay? Now, these you're going to count 2 times. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then throw in the 9 at the end just for the fun of it. 9. Okay? So for those of you who are looking at this, you're like, I can kind of figure this out. So let's go do a math problem. Let's do 9 plus 9. This 9's a very big number, so let's take 9, and they're both the same, so just take the first one. Okay? And the second one, we're going to put the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 at the end. Now, we're going to go start with the 9, and we're going to count up 9, 10, and count them twice. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and last but not least, 18. Makes our answer the last one, which is 18. Now, if you really pay attention here, you'll understand how this works. And in the next lessons, we'll do some exercises, see how well you do. So thanks for learning with me.